Hi everybody and welcome. I know it's been a while. I have been pretty quiet, but I'm here, I'm back, and I finally have something to share with you regarding my world. Finally, it's done. If you've been following me for a while, I announced this project on Tumblr, and I think I announced it here on YouTube as well, but I started planning this out several years ago, basically. And I'm happy that I am finally finished building. For now, that is. And I am happy to finally be able to share this world. I started it several years ago, and I'm not gonna lie, I thought it would be easy enough to build and release, but that clearly didn't end up being the case, as I ended up taking a bit of a Sims hiatus, and now that I'm back at it, I just wanted to finish this up before moving on with my game. So just as a brief history about this world, basically, I started creating different builds that are included in this world. I started it almost soon after The Sims 4 was released, so there's a lot of old builds in there that I have renovated with new items from different packs, as well as added new stuff from new build tools that have been introduced to the game over a few years. For example, the terrain tool and the platform tools. There's a lot of new builds in there as well that I've made specifically for this world. This project kind of helped me fill in some awkward blank spots in my game that I never really did much with. I just thought it would make sense to put all of my favorite builds together in one file so that I could finally share it. You could find the link to download on my website at sims.belledaisies.com, just to get that out of the way. But a couple of things you should know before you install. So number one, I strongly recommend backing up your files. Just find your Sims 4 files in your Documents folder under Electronic Arts and then Sims 4. Copy all those files and paste them in a completely different folder just to have that. Just keep that tucked away for safekeeping. Number two, I have done my best to limit the packs that I use for build mode. I've probably used all the expansion packs, game packs, and stuff packs that have been released up to the Snowy Escape expansion. For building, I used all the expansion packs, again up to Snowy Escape. I used quite a number of game packs, and for decor I used a bunch of stuff packs. So please keep this in mind if you're planning on using the save file, but you may not have all the packs. I haven't used any custom content or custom mods to build anything in this world. But I have used cheats such as move objects, the debug career and hidden objects, and the free build cheats. So this save file will include all the lots for all the worlds included in the packs, again up to Snowy Escape. It includes most of the pre-made Sims, though I did have to evict a few of them. To install it, go to my website, find and download the file. Copy this file, paste it into this directory under your documents, find the Electronic Arts folder, Sims 4/saves. So paste it right into your saves file. If your file browser asks you if it's okay to overwrite a file that already exists in your game, just say no. You may overwrite one of your saves, and you don't want to do that. So instead, what you could do is you could go back, rename my save file. You could change one or a few of the numbers before the dot, and you should be okay. When you open up your game, you should find the file that says Simdaisies World, and there'll be my sim right there waiting for you. If you like, you could copy this save and save it as something else so that you have the original in your save list. And that's it. Now that I've gone over how to install it, let me go into a few more details about the save file. So as I mentioned, all the lots in every neighborhood up to Brightchester have been rebuilt or renovated. All the apartments in San Myshuno have been renovated, which to be honest is a huge feat for me because I don't feel that decorating is my strong suit. So I went in there, I redecorated everything. All the pre-made Sims have their nicely decorated apartments, redecorated apartments, and any empty apartments or any like really bland looking apartments, I just went ahead and just filled up a little bit too. Most of the lots in Brightchester and Evergreen Harbour have been replaced, but I left the apartments in these neighborhoods alone. The community spaces in Evergreen Harbour have all been rebuilt though, and that includes each community garden, makerspace, and marketplace for all 3 neighborhoods in Evergreen Harbour. All the lots in the vacation worlds, such as Salvadorada and Granite Falls, have been replaced. I didn't touch any of the secret lots. I did include a couple of rentals in Sulani because I think Sulani is a perfect place to bring your Sims for a vacation, in my opinion. So there's a couple of rentals there, and any of the homes there, I guess you could convert into rentals if you want to turn Sulani into a complete resort, which I think would be fun to do. There's no specific themes for any of these saves. I do tend to build a little bit more realistic, quote unquote realistic, with real life architectural aspects that suit the overall theme of the neighborhood. I did have a lot of fun doing research for different neighborhoods, just to keep to the theme as much as I could. I love having builds in my game that blend nicely with the rest of the world in The Sims 4. I did go a little nuts with the design and landscaping in some places, but it was important for me not, just for stuff not to stick out too badly. I didn't use any CC or mods. It just makes it easier to share with you this way. But it's not like I'm against it. If you want to, you feel free to redecorate for sure. I did do a lot of testing of each build just to make sure everything works properly, like everything was easy to traverse through, all the doors and appliances worked, all the furniture and rooms were accessible to the Sims. So I just made sure that each lot was tested so that it fits those kind of standards. And I do have some starter builds available for those that don't like playing with money cheats, but you could also start unfurnished if you want your Sims to earn their simoleons, and I like to play that way sometimes too. And for the rest, each build is sensibly furnished. Most of them with minimal decoration. Some of them will be a little bit more cluttered up, not too overboard. I'm just conscious of file size and also conscious that for those that like to decorate their builds themselves. This world is full of community lots because personally I play with only a few Sims at a time, and I wanted to have a lot of places for them to visit. So that's kind of how I like to play. I like to have a Sim or two or a family, and I just like to have them meet in different places. Restaurants, for example, they're one of my favorite community lots. I love having my Sims meet and get to know each other in restaurants. Some of the lots with the gorgeous views I've reclaimed for the public, and I turned those into places that all the Sims could enjoy. And speaking of the Sims, I've only included my custom Sim here because I'm not great at making Sims, and you need to create a Sim to start a world, so that's why I have my Sim here. But every other Sim in this world is pre-made, and I did go in and edit their summer wear and winter wear because honestly what the game generates is just embarrassing. And in some cases, for example the Sims in Glimmerbrook, I went in and just kind of made them over a little bit. At some point I did want to continue building on every world, but over my Sims hiatus more worlds kept being added. If I kept working on building in those worlds, as fun as it would be, I wouldn't be able to release this version anytime soon. Later on I may update my saves in a version 2, maybe to include the worlds like Hensford on Bagley, Mount Kamarevi, Tartosa, Moonwood Mill from the new Werewolves pack, and anything else released after Snowy Escape. However, I will continue building and making my lots available in the gallery. Anyway, that is it for this ramble. As mentioned before, head over to sims.blackdaisies.com to download this save file. My website will always have the latest link. If the download link is not found on sims.blackdaisies.com, it will most likely not be an official link. So please keep that in mind. And last thing before I go, this save file and all of my builds are always free for you to download and customize in your game. If you have redecorated, you're welcome to re-upload the lot to the gallery with credit to me. That would be very appreciated. Please do tag @BlackDaisies in your screenshots if you do play in this save file. I'm on Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram as @BlackDaisies. You can find me on Tumblr under Simdaisies too. That's my Sims website. I would very much love to see what you do with the place. I really would. But thank you so much for checking this out. I hope you have as much fun playing in this save file as I had putting it all together. Please do leave a comment below to let me know what you think, and do subscribe to keep up with my new builds and other updates. Thanks again for hanging out with me. Cheers!